Hi guys, welcome to our podcast. My name is Tiara and this is my husband Kasim, and welcome to Big Little Thing. So this is our first time podcasting, believe it or not. We do other social media content, but this is our actual first time sitting down with these bright lights and cameras in our faces. So if you like the podcast, you know what to do. You have to like it, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Just drinking.
Prime.
What flavor? Cherry what?
Freeze.
He's drinking a Prime. I swear he can't live without him. This is... The eye contact is serious.
It's good.
We're at the point where we're trying to find the groove. So you guys, please leave comments and feedback so we can know what you're enjoying, what you're not enjoying, so that we kind of know what to post.
Yeah, there's comments, you get two different people with, two different thought process. You have a male thought process, female thought process. There's an age difference gap in there, the 11 age difference gap between both of us. So, I'm turning 43 and she's 31, so you're going to get two different mindsets and certain things that we talk about, So, again, if you enjoy the podcast or you enjoy what you hear, hit the like button. You know what to do. Yeah, this ain't your first time.
But before we get into that, let me ask you, husband, how was your week?
It's rough.
It was rough. They've been working him a lot, y'all. A little grumpy grandpa lately.
You ain't seen Sinners yet. If you ain't seen Sinners, go see that movie. It is. But they was working me like I was in the slave fields. I was in the fields picking cotton. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. That's how they do management.
Don't be in management unless you want to work a lot. He stepped down out of working almost 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
Just to still be working like a slave.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know how these corporations are. But it's over now. Enjoy my days off.
He's about to have 3 days off. We're about to celebrate his daughter's 21st birthday. Woo! Leave a comment down below. What did you do for your 21st birthday? Did you travel? Did you go out to dinner? Did you hang out with your family? Did you have a lot of stories? And maybe, just maybe, we will do reactions off of your story times. We're basically going to be dissecting.
Are you the asshole or are you not?
Alrighty, let's go ahead and read this. Okay, so this is what this guy is claiming, okay? He's wondering if he's the asshole for telling his mother that he doesn't care about her approval. I don't want to tell. I live with my dad. My mother visited 2 days ago and said that I should break up with my girlfriend since she doesn't approve of her. I was stunned. Oh. Then I asked her why, and she told me it's because my girlfriend only wears 4 t-shirts. 4. Doesn't shave those armpits and legs. Ooh, she's stinky. And she's too tomboyish. Oh, and let me add in, she does MMA. He better sleep with one eye open is all I've got to say. At that point, I laughed before telling her she is delusional if she thinks that her approval means anything. She looked wounded, and my aunt called me an ungrateful son for talking that way to the woman who carried me around inside her for 9 months. Brought up how difficult it was for my mother to raise me as a young mom and that I can afford to be more polite. This one is a very short and to the point one. Some of them are so long. People be writing 5 and 6 paragraphs. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my first point. Parents are separated, right? And instead of you doing the right thing like calling me, let's go meet somewhere. You come over to where I live at, and you're trying to get me to break up with my girlfriend because you don't like her appearance.
She felt the way she felt, you know, it's your mom. Like, all y'all know, y'all got your mom, you know, call you, want you to come over. Like, she pops up, you know, want to come over. It's like one of those type situations. I feel like it's crazy that you want him to break up with her because based off your opinion, why do you care that much? You know, if she's not like doing anything to him, your problem. You know, like, I mean, give your opinion on the situation as a parent, but you give your opinion on the situation as a parent. But outside of that, you that's all it should be. It's your opinion. They're kids. Like, you know, their kids are grown up to be adults. They gotta go out here and make their own choices and decisions. So that's it. That's all you can do.
Please tell me how many fucks you gave about if your parents liked who you were dating.
I'm not quite sure a whole lot of y'all had a whole lot of people, girls and boys, y'all brought home to your parents that didn't like. Matter of fact, you should leave that in the comment. Tell us about a time you brought somebody home but your mama or your daddy didn't like them.
At some point, you have to grow the heck up and have a mind of your own. At 18, my mom can tell me all she wants. My dad can tell me all he wants that he doesn't like someone, but I'm gonna go and date who I want, and you have to learn, and you have to at some point fall on your face.
I mean, you know, we all have dated people, you know, like that. I dated a girl my mom didn't like, you know, it's just one of the type things. But one thing, as a parent, you just got to give them your opinion. You already know a lot of you girls who turn around and date somebody who is considered, you know, a bad boy, a thug, or somebody rough around the edges. You know good as well your daddy ain't gonna like him. You already know that, but you gonna date him anyway. You know, so it's just one of those type situations. You know, again, as parents, all we can do is just tell you to try to guide you the best we can. And you have to make your own decisions, but you know, your opinion at the end of the day is your opinion.
I think, again, she should have did it more in a more intimate way, like, hey, I need to talk to you about something, and maybe being at the father's house, because I have so many questions. He made it so brief and so short. It's kind of hard to read in between the lines because there's not enough details. But one of the things that I wondered, right, is where was the dad when this conversation was being had? Did the dad play devil's advocate here and say that the dad wasn't around? Because I can't imagine an ex-wife showing up to somebody's house that you're no longer with, and the child that you guys had together is now a young teenage boy. He's 18 years old. I couldn't imagine that would have been okay with the dad, even if you guys had a really good co-parenting relationship. Popping up to just tell me that you don't want me to be with this girl.
I mean, whether it's okay with the dad or not, I mean, she made her decision. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to give the opinion upon why she didn't approve of the person dated. You already know what it is. You've had parents don't, you know, go back and think about, oh, well, you know, hey, is this a good time or is this an affair? No, they just automatically go and say what they need to say, and whatever time that is, you gotta listen. You know, it's two totally different situations. Like, you know, when I was growing up, you was raised to respect your elders. So even though you don't want to hear it, 99.9% of the time, you were raised to respect your elders. So that means if they ask for your attention, then you have to give them their attention and respect them and hear what they got to say. Now, you could do the opposite, but you at least have to give the respect to your elders. So, you know, whether she popped up unannounced, which was, you know, something she shouldn't have did, but still, that's his mom. She should have still gave the respect to her and listened to what she had to say. Even though what she had to say was very biased, but she had her own opinion, that's what she had to say, and that's what you should have gave her respect for that.
Yeah, I do believe that it was biased. I think one of the things that rubbed me the wrong way is that this conversation was supposed to be meant for the son, but then the aunt is like chiming in and saying like, you're ungrateful. What am I ungrateful for? You know, if you have a problem with this person, that's fine. But to tell me to break up with this person because they don't fit how you would like them to be is asinine. That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's the hair up under the armpits. That's what it is. She trying to shave her hairy little armpits. I'm sorry, ladies. You don't want me walking around. You walked around. You lift your arm up like this. And something that's look like it's growing up from your arm like some weeds or something. You need to go ahead and just shave it. Why? Wait a minute, ladies. Just don't. You should not have hair up on your armpits. No shape, form, or fashion. Sorry, you shouldn't have hair.
Yeah, because the mom thinks that, you know, the girl is like tomboyish, which I'm a girly girl, but I have moments where I'm a little tomboyish. T-shirts and like sweatpants is kind of like tomboyish, but I'll still do my hair, I'll still do my makeup, I'll still go get like my toes done, get waxed, all of that. Like, that doesn't take away from, I mean, obviously she was girly enough for him to have wanted to date her, so he doesn't see a problem with it. Not a parent, but I can assume that obviously you want the best for your children, but could there possibly be some jealousy? Do you think that there was once a problem?
I don't know. There's a problem. The girl got, what'd she say, 4 T-shirts. That's a problem.
Why are you counting the T-shirts?
So maybe she'd have met her.
1, 2, 3,
She'd
like what?
She'd have met her multiple times, and this girl only got 4 different T-shirts. 4 T-shirts. Look,
She really don't like that girl.
Is she homeless or something? Well, you know, I'm trying to figure out. You know.
So many different areas of this. It can be broken up into 2 parts for sure, because in a sense I feel like either the girl was just like really kind and the mom had some type of judgy persona that she was letting on, or I don't know if the girlfriend like rubbed her the wrong way or did something or said something, so then she felt compelled to be like, okay, I'm gonna go in on your 4 shirts. I'm gonna go in that you're tomboyish. You don't hair all over the place. Like, come on.
Hair up under your armpit. Like, that don't itch. How do you, like, as a woman, like, how do you just let that grow?
What we're talking about, you guys might be like a little confused. Like, yes, at the bottom, and it basically talked about how the girl has visible hairs, and mom was just going in. She was talking about the hairs.
Visible, that means you can see it and you still decide not to shave it. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's an issue.
Oh. Dang, this girl is Chewbacca.
Like, she turned into a wolf.
She belongs where?
Jungle, but she belongs in.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle. All in all, there's kind of a little bit of gaps in storyline. I would like to believe that mom is just jealous and a hater, and she is just trying to find a way to tear this young woman down instead of like building her up, trying to get to know her. You're just being rude. You're just being rude. And one thing about me, I'm thinking back to how I was at that age.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me that you don't want me to be with your son, I really don't give a shit. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to sit here and talk disrespectfully to me or about me. I really hope that the girl is a good girl. I feel like she didn't do anything to the mom. I mean, I would never say to my mom at that age, you're delusional. Now, I feel like the son was a bit disrespectful when he said that, like laughing in his mom's face, calling her delusional. I feel like there was another way that he could have said that, because that's just rude. She did pop up at the house, and that was wrong. if I would have said something like that to my mom, I probably would not be able to talk.
Yeah, that's the new age parenting that y'all like to do. See, the new age parenting where you think you get to say whatever you want to say to your parents. That's just not how it works. You know, it's totally different. Nothing wrong with being expressive, but there's something wrong. There's always something called respect, and it should be on both ends of the fence. But as your elders that are your parents that help raise you, there should be a different type of respect. You know, but the same way your parents should respect you, the same way that you guys should have a different type of respect for your elders. So even though she was wrong by busting in the house, saying what she said, you know, that doesn't give you the right to respond in that way. You know, you want to respond in that way, you know. And as for the girl, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, you know, tomboyish or not. At the end of the day, you're a female. As a female, you ain't supposed to be walking around with, you know, with Chewbacca.
There's gonna probably be a lot of women that watch this podcast because I'm a woman and I watch a lot of podcasts that are, it's either like two women or couples. I love podcasts like that. So I'm pretty sure most of our audience is gonna be women. Hey, men, you're welcome too. This is a chat for everybody. It's not just for one sex or the other.
And if you're a woman, take away the main thing about take away from this podcast, with this specific one, shave your armpits,
and
shave your legs,
and your coochies. Okay.
You love who you love. You want who you want. You know. But see, what I think what it was, I think the young man was afraid. Didn't you just say that woman was in MMA? That's the other word. She did her like retribution. Come here.
No, man. Hey, she will literally pin you guys against the wall up under each other and you won't be able to get out of it. You better stop messing with that nice girl. Don't be messing with her because one day she gonna have to buck up and y'all really gonna wish that y'all hadn't fucked with her. So y'all might want to be cautious with how y'all treat that girl because the nice girls, they get tired of getting fucked over. And if mama keep playing in her face like that, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen because I've been in a situation like that before. Not necessarily with the mom per se, but I have been in a situation with somebody's sister. And she got very rude and disrespectful. And let me tell you, you got one time to talk to me crazy. And the second time, I don't give a F. Who's family member, friend, sister, brother, cousin, whatever, you gonna get cussed the heck out. It works both ways. It works both ways. In order for you to be trusted and respected, you have to exude that energy to other people. And if you're not doing it, I'm telling you, this world will literally chew you up and it will spit you right back out and put you in a far worse situation so that you are forced to be gracious. So be careful with how you treat people. I don't have anything else to add to this topic.
You know, like I said, make sure you comment. Tell us about a time when your parents didn't agree with, you know, someone that you was with, you know, and what was the outcome about it and how, you know, you guys resolved your issues, if you ever resolved your issues, you know, and tell us, just leave a comment down below and let us know, you know, what you thought. Also, you know, again, we always love to take people's ideas, and then maybe you have a story, you know. Hey, put it down in the comments, you know, never know, we might you turn around and put it up here and talk about it. So, thank you guys for tuning in. It was nice talking with you.
And we will see you on the next episode of Big Little Things.
We out.
Bye.